Welcome, 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 Libras, to Garnet Queen Tarot, where we are inspired to rise. How's everybody doing today? Well, before we get into motion, we got to make sure that we clear the energy. So I want you to inhale, exhale twice, please. Garnet Queen Tarot, we want to be inspired to rise. So inhale, exhale. Yes. Inhale. Exhale. Shake it off. How you guys doing today? We're doing our all about. Want to tap into our resources and see what's going on. How you feeling? How you been doing? What's on your mind? Oh, just want to gain that space for clarity and understanding, for us to feel better, do better. Are you all relaxed? Feel a little tension in the room. Libras, relax, relax. What's on your mind? Spirit, speak to us on behalf of our wonderful Libras. Ooh, relax. Let's see what's going on. What's on your mind? Fear. You're fearful about a relationship. Oh. You don't know if to give your full heart. This is all manifestation of love. Failure. A lot of relationships haven't worked out in your favor, so the fear factor is part of it. As well as you're trying new things. Your resolve is being tested, and you're not sure if you're on the right path. Things are lining up slowly, but you're trying to make a decision if you should proceed forward between career and love. A lot of changes taking place have thrown you off course, and you're trying to resolve those issues. Discipline. You're working on getting yourself together. Look at that. You have fear, failure, and discipline. You see how those connect? You're working on bettering yourself right now, and you want to make sure that you align everything appropriately. Wow. This is a deep thing for you because you don't want to make the same mistakes again. But what I tell people, what I'm telling you, is that when you fail at something and you sit down and focus on what you did wrong and you correct that mistake moving forward, failure and fear don't need to be your friend. Failure teaches you. There's a lesson in everything that we fail at. You can't let that stay at the top of your mind. You have to focus on what it is that you did wrong so you don't do it again. Like you may have found out something later on down the line. And now, plunging into a new relationship, you're going to be cautious because you're going to make sure that the signs and the mistakes that eventually became revealed to you, that you don't make those same mistakes again. That's how you learn from your mistakes, is through failure. So don't be fearful of starting something new or being part of something or loving someone. Just take your time and pay attention and look for those signs. That's how you improve on the decisions that you make, is you look at the mistakes that you've made. It's all a learning experience. There's no perfect relationship. But when we learn from what we did wrong in the past, do we rush in and do the same thing again? No. This time we proceed with caution. And you learn. And you don't have to compare the relationship. You look to see, okay, This time, when I get to know someone, I'm going to get to know them fully, get to meet their families. You know, you hear a little feedback and do more listening than talking. When you're starting a new job, you follow the instructions. You're being directed. Pay attention, comply, learn, listen. And it eliminates that fear. You become more what? More disciplined. It's telling you to be more disciplined in your actions. That's some good advice right there. Be disciplined. Don't just act on emotion. Act on knowledge. I know that I'm learning. I know that this is the way they've directed me. You can add a little bit of this, a little bit of that after you learn the basics, the foundation. And in the relationship itself, I'm trying to move on, but the thoughts of you still consume me. I can't control them. What did you learn from that relationship? You're still thinking about that person and how you feel about them. They kind of made you come out of your comfort zone, correct? The time apart has brought truth and clarity about our connection. It is clear to me that I made the wrong choice. You're admitting that you made the wrong choice in doing things. Sometimes when we get angry or upset, we move with haste. And I don't see this coming from the other person. I see this coming from you. I tried to distance myself with distractions, but life has been pretty empty without you. Oh, that is so sweet. You see? So think about this relationship. Think about how you're feeling right now. And ask yourself if you know what you did wrong. What was something they were trying to beat into your head and tell you you were doing wrong while you were doing it, that you didn't care or you neglected? Is this something that you all could come together and work out? Or did they say, I'm completely done with you? Were you cheating? I see like it could be somebody else that came into the relationship that you might have been looking at or glancing at. But now you realize it's really good when people come to understanding. It's just you don't want it to be so late that you lose out completely. But I think you're well aware of what you did that allowed things to end so abruptly. What is... Let's see what is going on. You're indecisive. You're trying to figure things out. You want to know how you could get back into the good graces of this person because your heart is yearning for them. And you want to make sure that you think things through before acting, because you acted on emotion or anger before. So now you have to make that serious decision. If you want this person back in your life, what do you need to do? You have so many options, so much has come at you, so many different people, so many different relationships, opportunities, but you don't want to be distracted anymore. You allowed outside forces to come in and tear this relationship apart, make you do things that you didn't think about fully. And now you realize what's important to you. You realize. It takes a minute sometimes for people to recognize what's important to them in life. Because when the lights are off and the people are gone, what are you left with? Libra, you're a lover. And you love love. You love being who you are. And sometimes you say, screw them or screw that. I don't care. But you do care. But you pretend not to care. And the forces have pushed you where you let go of a good thing because of your pride, because of your attitude, because of your ego. And now you realize that one thing about this person is they told you the truth. They was real with you. You don't always get that when the bright lights are gone and the entertainment is gone. What are you left with? So that's why you're trying to make serious decisions, because you realize what's important. And the decision you make, look at the Nine of Pentacles. Abundance. Plentiful. I love green. It just shows mass production. Look at it. It's wealth. It's growth. It's acknowledgement. It's you working towards your goals and achieving them. It's you with a master plan, aiming high and applying yourself. And, you know, I always remember the movie Mahogany, where Billy D. Williams said, what's the sense of all this success, all this abundance, wealth, everything, and you don't share it with the person that you love? This person that you love has stood by you. They have been there for you. And you let it go like it was nothing because there was so many distractions that threw you off course and made you believe things that weren't real, that weren't tangible. It was like they were exposing you to temptation and dangling so much in front of you that wasn't real. Snake-like behavior that was around you and making you think this is more important than that. But when everybody disappears and the lights are down low, you realize what's really important. So you started putting in the work and doing more. And you're working towards being a better you. And because you realize what's important, all the work that you've done, everything that you put in place, you're achieving. That abundance is coming on your playing field. But you don't want to be alone. You're on the right track for your career, for your job, for these opportunities that are coming at you. But you want to be able to share it with someone who appreciates you and knows the value of you and the work that you've put in and is willing to share their heart with you so that you all could be part of this new reality. So forget all the other distractions. Work on allowing this person to be part of your life. Because what do? You say, I'm trying to distance myself with distractions. So you have all this stuff. You have the world. But what's the sense of having the world when you don't have the right person to share it with? You are going to be successful. You're going to be great. You're aiming high. You're working toward it. But when you sit down in that recliner or that comfortable chair or lay on your bed, you realize that all these other distractions was just that. They distracted you from what's real and what you really want. So it's summertime, you play yourself, you enjoy yourself. But when the fall starts coming in, you look now and you say, wow, who do I share it with? Who's there for me? Who's real? Who's holding my hand? Who's speaking positivity into me? Because I'm going to get everything that I want. But do you really? Because you could have all the money in the world and not be happy. That person that was there for you that you let go like they were nothing, after all they've been there for you and supporting you and loving on you, you allow the distractions to come into play and block your vision of what could be with that person. You were living for immediate gratification, whereas this person was helping you to build a stable and solid foundation. Make sure you hold on to what's truly important in your life. And don't be swayed by the lights. Don't be swayed by the lights. Let me see. What is our light card saying? Ooh. Live your joy. Look at that. Live your joy. And they're letting you know you are protected. You are protected. Because you're coming to the realization as far as what is important. Everything that you've been pondering, everything that you've asked for can be part of your life. But you gotta make sure you know what you want and go for it. Because the distractions are always gonna be there. It's like being in Vegas or New York City. The lights are just blinking and blinking and blinking. But when it all boils down to it, and the lights are gone, what do you have left? Everything is going to fall into place for you. You're going to get everything you were dreaming of. But when you're looking out there for that love, the one you could call home, that's what you really want. You'll have the glimmer and the glam and everything. Great career, everything. But who do you share it with is the question. Make sure you get in tune and align with yourself and recognize fake and real. That's your homework. Fake and real. What's the difference? Who's the difference? And you go after that, because everything else is going to be aligned for you. If you're a football player, you're going to get that contract. You're going to get this, you're going to get that. And there's going to be a lot of fake people around you. This new job, this new career puts you right in the spotlight. But you know what? You asking yourself, who can I look at down the line long term? Who's there for me, not because of what I got, but because of who I am. And love me as is when we're not in front of the cameras. Make sure you know the people around you, who's real and who's fake. Because everybody's going to attach to you now. Because you live in an abundant life. Wealth is coming your way. And there are people that will see those dollar signs and see that expansion in your life and figure that they want to be a part of it. Make sure they pass the interview questions before you allow them in your life. Make sure the person that you've been with, that's been there, is still there. Apologize, do what you have to do, but yes, you did get distracted. Know real and fake. Garnet Queen Tarot, where we're inspired to rise and be our best selves. Be able to differentiate the people in your life, who's for you and who's for what you're doing. Who's for you and who wants a piece of your pie. You got to know the difference. Real is real, fake is fake. Know the difference. Know the difference. Your homework, know the difference. Bottom line, if you don't have nothing, who's still standing with you? That's the question you need to answer. Because greatness is coming on your path and you're ready to shine bright. So one of the key words for you is discipline. Discipline. Don't just run amok. Discipline yourself to know the difference. Know the difference. Even if you fail at things, You're on the path to success because you're learning from your mistakes. And don't be fearful. Be cautious and learn as you travel. Garnet Queen Tarot saying, be inspired to rise, be your best self, and don't allow distractions to throw you off course. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for sharing your message with us. Have a good one. Take care. Talk soon.